not necessarily those of the Emily Pearl Show, its sister stations, its affiliates, or its sponsors, but it is those of the individuals themselves who express it. While the Emily Pearl Show does take stances on individual issues, the show itself remains an entertainment platform. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy.
Welcome to the Emily Pearl Show live from Studio 3 out of Austin, Texas. All right. I feel exhilarated tonight because my little dog playing with this big old dog bone in the back. And so that noise that y'all hear on the floor is her sliding and throwing her dog bone around on the hardwood floor, okay? That's enough to make you feel exhilarating. So I'm bringing it. I'm bringing in the house for tonight. Mm. Excuse me, as she making my silence cough up. She playing so hard with that bone. All right, the heartbeat of the South and the heartbeat of my life, Mr. Tim Harrington. Hey, Tim, how you doing?
All right, how you
And
doing?
the hostess of the most is Sybil Marie Presley. Hey, y'all.
All
What's up,
right,
team?
you got it, you got it.
Hi.
Yeah, Precious is ready for the show, man. She get excited when it's showtime. Magnificent Mary is in the chat.
What's up, Mary?
Yeah, I
Um,
see it. Hi, Mary.
yeah, Mary says hello, everyone. And there's also hello, everyone from the Emily Pearl Show, and welcome as well as from our, did that come up? That one didn't come up, did it? Okay. Oh, I didn't type anything. Let me see if it's working. Our YouTube channel. My V is stuck. VONE. Okay. Now I want to see if it's working.
Okay,
Nah, it's not doing the chat on there. Okay. I'm gonna have to reconnect it. I'll have to do that tomorrow. Okay,
okay,
so I asked Mary how she was doing, and she said she's good, and she asked me how I was doing, and I told her I feel exhilarating. So how
all
you
right.
feeling, Tim? What's a good
I'm
word
good.
for how you feel? A different word. Everybody
I
It
choose
got
a
a
says
different
your
word.
connection is
Huh? The connection.
fantastic.
All right. Tim say he feeling fantastic.
Yes, yes.
Sybil, how are you feeling? A different word. Sybil,
hi there.
h-
Yeah,
how are you feeling?
I had a. I'm just feeling great. Message come on my screen said that there was interference,
That's
and so
your
it's gone now.
that's your internet talking
Uh
to
huh.
you. Okay, a
Right.
different a
So
different
you
a
sound
different
wonderful
word.
now.
A
Uh
different
huh.
word.
You and Tim. A what?
A different word for how you feel. Every time we come on the show, I want everybody to have a different descriptive word rather than
Okay.
plain old I'm good, I'm great, I'm fine, that kind of
Well,
stuff,
okay.
okay?
Then I feel marvelous, blessed, fantastic. I feel like I'm 10 years old inside with the enthusiasm for life.
All right
Okay,
then.
all right.
I said one word, I think she gave about 20.
Yes, you
So
gave about 20, almost.
maybe she didn't hear maybe she didn't hear the instructions.
Well, the words kept just
Yeah,
rolling out. I couldn't stop it.
Okay.
But I feel
All right
amazingly.
then. Mary got some words too. Mary says she feels fan- spectacular. I like that word.
Uh huh.
Fabulous and amazing.
all
See, I
right,
can't stick
Mary.
with
Did you
one word.
did you
All
find out?
right,
I
Mary.
found out the reason why I want us to start is I found out that it's like when you write something into existence, if you speak it, also speak it into existence. So if you speak that you
Hmm.
feel spectacular, like Mary, then you
Yes.
will feel spectacular. If you speak it into existence that you feel fabulous, like Mary, then you will feel fabulous. If you speak it into existence, that you feel amazing, then Mary, you will feel amazing. So that's going to be the new practice for the Emily Pearl Show, the 901 Show, Talk About Angel Show, and Pearl's Politics. We're going to speak stuff into existence for the rest of
Fa-
this year.
yeah. Fantabulous.
All right.
All right. Okay, before we start, I want to introduce to y'all Mary, get ready for it, a new friend of mine. Okay, now where is my share screen? Okay, I want y'all to meet a new friend of mine, and she will be up and just appearing on the screen.
Oh, how
That's
cute.
My
the
new
first time I ever
friend,
saw that.
and there's a dog.
That's the first time I ever saw that.
That is a dog, and her name is Sweet Justice.
Okay.
Do y'all see her?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let me enlarge
Yes.
and see if
I met
Mm-hmm.
her.
how do I
Yes.
enlarge this? Let's see.
I met her.
There she go. Sweet Justice. Isn't
Okay.
she beautiful? Sybil and
Okay.
Sweet Justice.
Yes.
She's an
Okay.
Yes.
original.
Yes.
I've
She
never
is a
seen anything
celebrity
like it. She's an
Yes.
original. I've never seen anything like
celebrity donkey. And here's her in another picture of her in her costume. The
it.
Sweet
She's got a whole
Justice.
wardrobe. She's got a whole wardrobe.
She has a wardrobe,
She's gonna need
and
her own
she is.
Facebook page.
She
Start
got
a
a whole
she's
lot
gonna
of
need her own
different.
Facebook page. Start a fan club.
She has a lot of She likes to dress in different outfits like me with my wigs, right? So Sweet Justice owner is the pet, and baby um our dear friend Carlita Atwater, and so Sybil and I met
Mhm.
Sweet Justice in person. Mary says hello, Sweet Justice, and I'll send her mom this show link so that she can see her baby on live TV television on a show. But that's the first time I had ever been that close to a donkey, and the first time I ever talked to one, and the first time I ever put my hands on one. And I tell you, that
Okay.
is something I can add to my bucket list. It's not everything that I ever thought I would want to do, but it's something I got to do that I never done before. So
Right.
life is
Yeah.
life is still full of surprises, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna get me out of the.
Keep on living.
Yeah, I brought me on down so y'all can see me this way because the writing was blocking me. All
It
right,
was.
Sybil, you kind of need to get over a little bit to your right. Yeah,
There you
there you
go.
go. So you're in the center of the screen. I'll keep us in this position since the writing was covering my face. Okay.
Okay.
All right then. So, Sybil has a segment, and she's gonna start us off. So, Sybil, what you got for? Oh, be sure to make sure you tell them about the guests. So, Sybil, take it away.
Okay, hello everyone. Big ol' hello to Mary. She's so loyal and magnificent. And I'm looking forward to everyone meeting Jimmy Bones Morris. That's Bonez. That the Bones part is his stage name. He's a rapper, and he has good clean lyrics, which I like. And so he had to get in touch with me and say he's gonna have to reschedule, but he does uh, solicit your prayers. His little brother is in the hospital, so he's having to take care of that situation, and he'll be with us pretty soon. So our
Okay.
prayers are with him.
Yeah, we will.
All right.
For
Prayers going up.
yeah, his little brother was involved in a car accident, so that's where Jimmy is tonight, being with his family.
Right.
We send our
All right.
prayers up for him.
Yes.
Amen. We do.
And
Amen.
what I want to share with you tonight is the Dream Foundation. And as you know, our Elvis fan club on Facebook is the official You're an Elvis fan fan club. And we want to announce our new charity. We have two previous, and then we added a third one, and each one of them kind of intertwine. So the new charity is the Dream Foundation. And of course, we have the Elvis Presley Charitable Foundation here in Memphis that does a lot of good in helping people in need. And they also help support the Elvis Presley Trauma Center at Regions 1. So
Hmm.
then we have the Presley, foundation, which is created by Elaine Elizabeth Presley and Lisa Marie Presley. Then they have that, out of that particular foundation is the teddy bear program, of which a child is ill can come to Graceland, and
Hmm.
they're presented with a Elvis teddy bear for the child, and then a rose for the parent, or the mother, or whatever parent comes with them. And Elaine nominated me to be the special messenger to greet the child at Graceland. And our star member of our Elvis fan club, which is, you're, the official You're an Elvis fan, if it's on Facebook, free to join. Well, I want to thank her for telling me about this wonderful Dream Foundation. And Priscilla Presley is an ambassador for the Dream Foundation.
All
Elaine
right.
is very active in this foundation, and what they do, the Dream Foundation fulfills the final dream of terminally ill adults from
Hmm.
age 18 and up, whatever their dream is. And
Wow.
so this terminally ill adult um, is a candidate for this with a diagnosis of 12 months or less. And
Oh,
this
okay.
program is available in the United States, Hawaii, Alaska, and Puerto Rico. And then they do a wonderful job. And it could be like a family reunion, for example, where for years and years the family just has not been able to, that relatives and close family, to have a reunion. Where this Dream Foundation is going to make that possible. Or maybe
Right.
the dream to visit Graceland, for example. They'll make that
Mm-hmm.
possible. I think one of the candidates wanted to dance with Beyonce, for
Wow.
example, whatever their dream is.
Whatever that
So,
dream is, that's expensive.
uh-huh.
That's
And,
awesome.
Yeah, you can
and
take
it
that off
gives
the
them,
bucket list.
some joy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's just awesome.
You get to do one more thing before you off your bucket list.
Well, that's before they pass away.
Yeah.
they have
Okay.
like a diagnosis of 12
Somebody's
months or
volume is up
less.
too loud because I'm hearing an echo. Let
Let
me
me
see
check
who that
mine.
is.
Mine is turned down.
Let me
Hold
check
on.
mine.
Yeah.
I'm a little high. How about now?
How about I
Yeah, I
turn it
think
down
it was
some more?
I think
I
that
think
was
it
me.
I think it was you, Tam. Yeah.
Okay. We
It's
good
gone.
now? Okay.
Uh-huh, it's gone.
And I want to give you the website where you can read more about this. It's dreamfoundation.org. O-R-G. So that's dreamfoundation.org. And then you can go on there and see what's going on. And they have a place there where you can refer someone that you know
All
that meets
right.
these qualifications, age 18 and up, with a diagnosis of 12 months or less, and they
Mhm.
have a terminally ill condition. So a lot of
Yeah.
people don't know about that. And
I sure didn't. But
No, I didn't either.
you tell me, so I'll be helping with it, of course.
well, certainly, and they do accept donations for people that want to do that. Everything's on the website.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And I
that
want to
sounds
thank
like a good
Elaine,
thing.
Elizabeth Presley, our star, fan club member, for pointing
Yeah.
this out to us. And so there's
Yeah,
a lot of
Elaine.
wonderful things going on,
Thank you.
to help
Thank you.
our neighbors that you don't
Yes.
necessarily see on the news.
Thank you, Elaine.
Right.
That's right. That's right. Private
Yes.
private organizations. That's right. That help. That's right.
Yeah, so I wanted to bring that to
I love
everyone's
that.
attention.
That's a
And
beautiful thing.
I want to thank everyone that has joined our fan club, the official You're an Elvis Fan If fan club on Facebook. And that year is YOU apostrophe RE, short for UR. Same title as my
Yeah.
book, which is You're an Elvis Fan If. And I'm still getting people asking for my book, purchasing, and it's on Amazon Kindle. Then if you want
Woohoo.
a autograph copy, just text your name and the word book to 901-643-1982. That's 901-643-1982, and I'll give you details on that. So,
Okay.
All right.
very excited about things that's going on in the Elvis world.
All
And
right.
a lot of Elvis fan clubs are widely known um, for their charity work. They raise thousands and thousands of dollars through their fan club to help those in need.
I know. Yeah. It's awesome.
And
Great.
yes, and so actually, I did not have any idea that the Elvis Presley Trauma Center was in Regions
Yeah, it's named after
Region
him.
1. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. It's named after him. And a
So
lot of people have been through there. They
yes, they
named that
have.
wing after him because um that was um he was taken originally to Baptist, wasn't it?
Right,
Yeah,
Before
and
we found it.
that Baptist hospital that used to be on Union, and
mm,
they tore it down. It's something else now. There is no Baptist hospital in Midtown anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
right.
there's only the East and what is it, Barley or Collierville or something like that.
Yeah. Far out. It's far out.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, I
Baptist
wish they would
East.
build a Baptist hospital back for Midtown. I really
Yeah.
do.
I saw
Hmm.
the destruction on that when they tore it
I don't
down.
know what they're building.
You
Yeah, I was
did,
work.
Tim?
Yeah, I was working security across the street at Baptist College, Health and
Uh huh.
Science for
Uh
the
huh.
nurse.
I remember where you
Yeah.
were working. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had opportunity to see that.
But I wish they would just put a Baptist hospital
Yeah.
back. I don't understand why they didn't put one back there because east going out east to Baptist Hospital is just too far,
It
and
is.
a lot of people want to go to Baptist Hospital. I had been always going to Methodist, but from from the last experience that I had, as far as
Mm-hmm.
having to wait all that long time in the emergency room,
36 hours.
that's why I wish
Mm-hmm.
that they had Baptist downtown. They really need one because they have two hospitals for children.
Yeah.
Downtown St. Jude's and LeBron's, and so they need two hospitals in the downtown area for adults as well.
They do.
I don't understand the city's thinking. Um, yeah, but they think about everything but the right thing. They done invested all these dollars and talk of the town about restoring Mud Island
Trolley.
and stuff like that. Put a
Yeah.
hospital, put a Baptist hospital
Yeah.
on the island, okay? Instead of trying to revive it, because you know that type of amusement park doesn't work in Memphis. It just doesn't work for Memphis. Just like when they did the pyramid, they built that. It just don't work for Memphis. Those type things don't work for Memphis.
No.
So put a hospital on the build a hospital, Baptist hospital on that land down there, downtown where the Mud Island is. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Absolutely.
do things for they always trying to do things for tourists to try to bring tourists in. The only thing, big thing that brings tourists to this city are three things. That's Graceland, Bill Street, and that football game that they have every September between Jackson State and Tennessee
Mhm.
State.
The heritage.
Uh huh. Uh
Yeah, the
huh.
Heritage Festival.
Now, the Memphis EMA was bringing in a lot of people till they start changing a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And now they want to change it again, y'all. Get this, and charge the people that want to participate, the
Yeah.
contestants that want to participate in the Memphis and May barbecue cooking.
Uh-huh.
They want to charge them a $53,000 security fee.
They may have a skinny barbecue if
Now
they do
that's
Wait a
that.
funny.
minute, and
That's funny.
they've been paying $300 security fee.
Yeah, that's funny. That's real
Three
funny.
So they might,
thousand.
but no, they was
That
paying 300.
Yeah.
Those contestants that, the people
nobody's
that
gonna
set
pay
up
that.
and participate,
Right. Uh
Yeah,
huh.
it's
they've only been paying $300 security fee. That's for damages if they damage anything like the property or the dirt or whatever.
yeah.
Now they want to charge them $53,000.
Well,
That's
that's a
ridiculous.
scenario of if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I mean, there's no way
Yeah,
they're gonna pay
they
52.
might as well wipe Memphis and May off
No,
of the calendar if that's what they're planning
Won't
to
be
they
do.
anybody there. You don't have to worry about that. Nobody will be
it's
there this
always
May for that
rainy.
kind of
It's
money.
rainy. It's muddy.
Uh
You know what
huh.
I mean? It takes away
Yeah,
from the whole thing, and it's like that every year. Rainy,
every
wet,
year.
muddy.
That's why I'm telling you, those type of events like that downtown do not work for Memphis.
Don't,
They
not
don't
at
work
all.
for Memphis. Go so build something that will work. A Baptist hospital will work down
Mm.
there because adults need more than one hospital to be able to go to in the midtown and downtown area.
They do.
Methodist should not have a monopoly of the only hospital and Regional One
Right.
because people Regional One is considered more of for people that don't have insurance. But for
Yeah.
people that have insurance, Methodist has the monopoly because there's only a Methodist hospital downtown in the midtown area.
Yeah, and
So
that's
they need a Baptist hospital.
they do because it's outrageous. I remember the 36 hours that
I
you had to
agree.
wait to be seen.
Hmm.
Anything can happen.
You know, yeah, yeah, for sure. And I mean, and then that's too far to travel to try to take somebody that's sick that want to go to a
Yes.
Baptist hospital and it's dangerous for people coming off of the intersection, you know. And it's even a long ways for an ambulance to take them. You
Yeah.
know, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they live in Midtown or downtown and they want to go to Baptist, the ambulance got to try to drive through all of that traffic just to get to Baptist East.
Yeah.
Because there's only one
Yeah.
Baptist that's close to
Yeah.
Memphis,
But
that's in
I
Memphis.
will say this that the Baptist Walnut Grove, they are
That's
good.
Yeah, that's Baptist East. That's what they
Yeah.
call Baptist
Yeah,
East.
that's the same one.
Yeah, they are good. I've had some experiences with them, and for the most part, it's been polite and pretty swift. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that I recollect. So
Yeah,
yeah, but
that's
like you
why.
say, you got to go through traffic though. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's a lot of
it's
obstacles in there.
a lot of stress for the family member or the person that's trying to drive them there.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
dealing with the traffic is too far. But back on entertainment.
Okay.
So, so they got the Liberty Bowl done. That's working out. And now they are bringing back the Coliseum. That would work. But entertainment stuff downtown just don't work. And the main reason for
Yeah,
that is because people don't have nowhere to park.
That's a
And
main
yeah,
then
issue.
yeah,
and then when on the places that they do have to park, the price is $20 and up.
yes. I
You know,
hadn't been to Field
tourists.
Street in probably 13, 14 years.
I ain't been downtown since the last time the Hard Rock Cafe event for sharing it. But Richard was driving. I don't drive downtown because I never know where to park.
Never.
You can't even take care of your personal business downtown.
Yeah, sure
Like at the
thing.
government offices they got down there, because they ain't got nowhere to park and they don't have nowhere to park for handicapped people. And
Mm,
that's pitiful. This downtown structure parking situation is terrible just for people dealing within the city with everyday life. But when it
yes,
comes to entertainment, people people don't want to deal with it no more. That's the reason why all of these artists
are not
out
coming.
of town and
Yeah,
in town are having their events down in Olive Branch at the
yeah,
Landers Center.
they are.
You see what I'm
They are.
saying?
Yes,
Because they don't want to put that extra expense and trouble and stress on their fans of not having nowhere to park, trying to find some parking place. And if you park somewhere, getting a ticket. Plus, on
yeah,
top of that, crime is increasing downtown.
absolutely.
So
We've had a big rash of car breaking ins recently.
Hmm.
yes,
Hmm.
and so these artists are not dealing with bringing their concerts to
No,
downtown Memphis anymore.
not at all.
They're not gonna do it. That's over with. So they can forget about that and trying to bring some tourists downtown because it doesn't make sense if you don't have nowhere for the people to park.
It doesn't. And that's the main problem. That's the main
You
problem.
know what
Like you
I'm saying?
said,
Why
yeah,
you
when
gonna
you,
put
Yes,
why
you're
you gonna put
right.
$75 million in building up an amusement park and you got nowhere for other people to park?
yeah, yeah, just like they
How
spend all
dumb
those
is
millions
that?
on the trolley. They spend millions on that trolley. It
Tow
don't
up the
even work.
streets. You gotta creep across the tracks
Yeah,
to keep from damaging your
your
car.
car. Yeah,
Why don't they repave those tracks over so people can drive without
Hmm.
tearing up their cars? Because
it's
that trolley is
crazy.
not coming back.
Never.
They not gonna
Come
be
back the
able to.
12th of never.
They ain't gonna. They not be, just waste some money. And people of the city gonna have to start speaking up. But see, people of the city never get a chance to speak up on these projects because
No,
they don't have no town hall meetings
and they don't even let you
for the
know when
people
it
to
is.
come. They don't have any for the
Yeah,
people to come and express whether they want this project or not
right.
in the city. They don't have it, and that's
Mm.
wrong right there in the first place. What goes in the city is supposed to be determined by the people.
For
You
the
know,
people. Yeah,
I mean, the people are paying them their money for the city council
yeah,
and to be these board members. The
yes,
city is the people we paying their salaries,
Yeah, we are. And we
but
just
yet
came to an
they don't let us
election.
have a say. They
Uh-huh.
don't let us
yeah.
have a say on what's gonna be built, what's coming. Um, uh, you know, what project should we do?
Right.
They don't ask us.
And yeah, and the thing about that is, you remember, Memphis was offered the casinos first, and they turned it down.
Turn it
You
down.
remember? Yeah, all that revenue could have been here,
Could have been right down the river.
right there on
People
the
go
river,
right to Southland,
right on
Yeah,
the river.
so they lose money from the
Arkansas.
citizens that live in Memphis
Yep.
going down to Mississippi and Arkansas, taking their revenue down
Yep.
there and over there
They are.
when you could have had
They are
right here in the city.
right in the
And
city.
see, they want to put the reason for that was they said because of it was a Baptist belt, Baptist belt, a lot of
Baptist.
religion,
Yeah, Bible
religion,
Belt.
Bible
Bible,
bit.
yeah, Bible belt, and they didn't want that kind of thing going on at that time. They even shut down the bingo halls. Now you know a bingo hall ain't gonna hurt nobody. They shut down the
Man,
bingo halls,
that's insane.
uh, and the nonprofit organizations didn't have no way to raise funds, for their
Right.
organizations. The Catholic school for years ran bingo
Bingo.
halls.
They did. I remember.
Tim know, because he used to go with me and his
Yeah.
grandma.
I was a little boy.
I
And
Yeah.
the
enjoyed bingo like that.
and the Catholic charities always have helped people,
Yes,
and
they
that a
have.
lot of that they were able to raise funds through their bingo halls,
Yeah.
Well, I'm
able to help
surprised
people.
Tennessee has lottery.
Well, well, they got that because there was a lot of people that was gonna be that made some kickbacks, pocket money
Yeah.
off of
Yeah. Yeah.
for
That
them
was
to
the
come
only
here
reason.
and
It,
have that.
yeah, it had nothing to
A
do
lot of
with
a
them
lot of
killing.
folk made money in they pocket off
Yes.
of that DLC under the table stuff
Yeah.
because
Right.
they got they got that Ford guy
Yeah.
for some under the table man. What was his name?
Harold was a
Uh,
Harold
It
for it.
not
I
Harold
can't think
down
of his
Harold,
name.
not Harold.
Not
Uh,
Uh,
Edmund.
John.
Uh,
John. John.
John. They got
yeah, it was
John
John. You're right.
Yeah. John Ford.
for that
Yeah,
under the
there you
table
go.
money. You see what
Under
I'm
the table
saying?
money. They
During that
had him on
time, there was
video.
a lot of bribery going on with these officials,
Yes.
and it's still going on now. They just a lot more discreet with it. I'm pretty sure. That's just my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not accusing nobody of nothing. So, but I'm just saying it's in my mind that they have still found a different way to
Yeah.
get their pockets
Corruption.
filled. Full,
Full of corruption. That's why the city can't never prospers.
Politics are always full of corruption. I
Yeah.
don't care what kind of in what area it is. It's corruption because that's the reason why I say politics attracts the worst. And when I'm talking politics, I'm talking about people that get on these boards, that get on these councils, that get in, become these town hall
Yeah.
officials, blah blah blah, et cetera,
Yeah.
et
Some of
cetera.
them don't even stay in the city anymore.
Uh-uh.
They're out in
And
all the
that
drain.
exactly. And so politics attracts the worst, and it corrupts the best of people. Because we have
Yes.
had good people that got into politics that really intended to do good. But politics is such a bad backstabbing business
Cutthroat.
that
Yeah.
that if you don't watch your over your shoulder all the time,
They'll get you.
they will befriend you and set you up in a minute. I just got finished watching this movie. God, I can't think of the name of it, but it was so good. We're talking entertainment, so I can tell you about this movie. This man, and it was Jeff Bridges. Y'all remember Jeff Bridges? I like to
I
see
remember
Jeff
him.
Bridges act.
Sea Hunt.
I don't know nothing about no Sea Hunt. I just know Jeff Bridges. So,
Well, that was one of his shows.
well, I just know him as a movie star. I don't remember seeing him on no Sea Hunt because I didn't watch it. But if you say so, okay. But Jeff Bridges was in this movie, right? And what it was these neighbors moved next door to him, and he was a professor. He was a college professor, and he taught this class about terrorists and terrorism. And he always used as an example this man from a true case uh, of the Oklahoma bombing, school bombing. Remember that?
Yeah.
Years
Timothy
ago, that
McVeigh.
yeah, how he parked the van in front of it was some kind of government building, but they had a daycare, kindergarten, and they killed a lot of children, a lot of
Yes, they did
people.
daycare. Yeah.
So he would always use that as his example in his lectures. And so, but he was always aware of the signs of a terrorist, you
Gotcha.
know. And so these particular new people, um, his son started playing with his the new people's the new neighbor's son, right?
Yeah.
Because his mother, he lost his mother. His wife died 3 years ago, and so his son had not been mingling with people very much. He was still depressed.
Yeah.
So when the new neighbor husband suggested that they go to camp, hey Ernestine,
Hi,
that
Ernestine.
that
Yeah, I
he let his
understand.
son go to an outing with his son, and
Okay.
then they had a barbecue, a big party, and the son was made, him and the two little boys hit it off straight away. Okay, turns out as time went on, the professor Jeff Bridges became suspicious of them because of something. Um, oh, he couldn't find the man's name. He couldn't find no information on the man's name that he had.
Yeah, I
So he
saw that too.
started digging. You know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the
Yeah.
name of that movie. He
I
started
can't
digging
either.
and found out the man had another name. And when he
Yes.
was 16 years old, he bombed a place and he went to jail for it.
Right.
And when he got out, apparently he changed his name. Well, he found out that was the same guy.
Right.
So then that piqued his interest, and he kept digging until, lo and behold, before he knew anything, the man walked up on him. He was sitting in his yard in his chair, actually looking at some book or something. His laptop with this man's picture on there. The man
Yeah.
walked up behind him. He said, "Oh, so you want to know about me, huh?" So he went on and told his sob story about how the government had taken his father's land. They were farmers, and the government squeezed squeezed his father out of his land, cheated him out of his land. And then not only that, they did a right of way and through the whole town where he lived, where he grew up at, and a lot of people lost their property. And his father died from a heart attack because of all that stress. So
Yeah.
he took it out on the government. So yeah, that's where when he was 16. So that's when he did his bombing, right? So he was
Right.
explaining his South story to him. So then, but Jeff Bridges was like, because he was still in shock because the man had sneaked up on him and caught
Yeah.
him red-handed.
Hmm.
Then on top of that, the professor had a student that he was dating for his girlfriend. So he was trying to tell her of his suspicions, but she liked the people, so she didn't want to hear it. So then he went somewhere, and this wasn't even at his house, y'all. He was somewhere looking at in the library. That's where he was. Where they have this old microfilm. You remember those old microfilm machines?
Yeah.
So, because he wanted to read the whole story about the man. Do you know that man
Yeah.
walked up behind him and say, how about dinner tonight? And that man jumped around because he didn't even know the man was following him. Every which way
Yeah.
that man turned, Jeff Bridges
He was
turned,
there.
that
Yeah.
man was there. And as the long run, Jeff Bridges was right. I'm gonna make a long story short.
Yeah,
He
he
was
was.
right.
Yeah.
The man and all the people that they associated with
He was
that was
in
at
on it.
that party, they were a terrorist group.
Yeah.
And they ended up setting him up
They did.
that,
Made him have
that
to be the bomber.
to be the bomber. They blew up the building,
Yep.
killed a lot of folks. And he had this friend that was detective investigation or something. And he had did a chase. He saw them put the bombs in the van,
Yeah.
He was chasing the van, but they had kidnapped his son too. So he was trying to get his son and get word to the folks in this big
Right.
government building about the bomb. So he was chasing his van, but somewhere he kept getting hit by cars. And one time he got hit. I don't even know how the car started up. The car was hit so bad. They must have switched the vans. And then he started back his
Yeah,
chase. He
they
was
did.
chasing the wrong van. And when he got us, he saw the van going into the checkpoint at the underground garage,
Yeah.
and he jumped out the car. He was telling us a bomb there. And so all the people, the policemen, and everything came down and had their gun on him. They thought he was. They was telling he was. They thought he was saying he was gonna blow the place. Open up the van. It was empty. So he in shock. He don't know what to do. He looked out wild and estranged and took off running. All the cops took out running after him because it occurred to him that they had set him up and they had put the bomb girl in the car that he had rented.
Yeah.
And he thought he was outsmarting them because he rented a car rather than use his own car to try to keep them from following
Knowing it was
him
him.
and
Yeah.
trailing him. He rented a car, and that they still found that out, and they had put the bomb in the car he rented. And
Yep.
and when he came to the realization, Sybil,
Too late.
he opened up that trunk and he
Boom.
saw the bomb, and his eyes went like that, and boom.
Yep.
And the neighbor was up on a bridge, uh, just 7, 8 blocks away, saw the explosion, and then got in his car and went and kept his son. Remember, the wife was dead, and he told the police that they would take care of the son. They were kin to the man.
Yeah.
And in his face, this was a college professor with a respected reputation,
Yeah.
got set up by some terrorists. He was
Hmm.
trying to tell people about the terrorists, but
Right.
they turned it around and used him as the
Yeah.
bomber.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember.
Whoa. You
I
remember
remember.
that? I
Yeah.
can't think of the name of that movie. I watched it today. Man, that was
Hmm.
so good. But
That's a good movie.
anyhow, that was getting back to what I was saying about the West way politics are. Uh, there are good people that get in politics and get on these school boards, council things.
Yeah.
But then they get too lax. They begin to trust people. When you're in politics, you can't trust nobody. If you're sitting on a council as a board member, you can't trust nobody. You don't become friends with them people. You just go there and do your job. But they will befriend you and set you up, and that's what I think they did to Wanda Halbert.
Well, you know what they say about a politician, right?
No, what you?
They'll steal candy from a baby.
Well, I believe it. I believe it. Well, let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll talk about something else in entertainment, and then we're gonna get
All right.
out of here. Does that sound like a winner? We
Absolutely.
apologize.
Yes.
We apologize again to our audience that I guess could not make it, but he had an emergency, family emergency, and he will reschedule with us. Okay, so
Right.
for now, let's take a break. Um, and it's gonna be short, so if you're not back, I'll just take you out of the studio. Okay, here we go.
The Cupboard Restaurant in Memphis, Tennessee is world famous for some of the best food and southern hospitality you'll ever find and is a celebrity favorite. Open from 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. every day. The Cupboard Restaurant is located at 1400 Union Avenue, 1 block east of Cleveland, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Got a large group? Groups of any size are welcome, and catering is available. While you're there, pick up a copy of Charles Capella's world-famous cupboard cookbook. Check out their website at www.thecupboardrestaurant.com. That's The Cupboard Restaurant, 1400 Union, 901-276-8015. a proud sponsor of The Emily Pearl Show.
All right, so we are back. When Sybil comes back, we'll put it back into the video.
Okay, okay.
Um, yeah. So the only thing that's going on right now is the streaming services have are gypping people.
Really?
But whenever they have a new series, yeah, uh, I'm talking about all of them. I'm talking about Prime, Netflix, Hulu, all of them. Rather than presenting the whole series now, y'all, they are showing one episode at a time in order
Yeah,
to try to make you keep your subscription. And I
yeah.
don't like that. I don't like
I don't
that.
either, but you know what? They tried that a long time ago. I can't remember what happened about it, but
Hmm.
this is not the first time that they've done it.
Hmm.
But for
And
some reason, it was answers time. Yeah,
I'm thinking they're gonna get a lot of complaints this time because
they are.
um
They are.
y- yeah, if I had the time, and I might get the time in the future, I might just drop them a line myself because you charging me money. I expect to see the whole series.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not like it's not that you don't already have all episodes. You're
Right.
just choosing to show one
Once a week.
every week
Yeah.
instead of showing me the whole series.
Yeah.
That's why I pay for it,
Yeah.
because I want to see the whole series.
Right.
People like
And
series now. People don't really care that much for movies. People like series and they know it.
yeah.
And that's why they
Yeah.
trying to capitalize off of it for doing this
Yeah,
way.
and using that tactic, it goes back to when things were analog TV, where you had to wait for your shows to come on a whole nother
Hmm.
week, and it
Yeah, yeah,
seems like they're trying to get back to that, but that's not gonna work.
right.
'Cause like you say, we're paying for that, and yeah, they're gonna really. Mm,
Um, okay, I got an FYI for y'all.
okay,
I don't know if this is just for Dish customers. I don't think that it is, but Dish now has its own telecommunications uh, branch, cell phone service. Twenty
uh,
nine dollars a month, uh, unlimited data, unlimited texting, and a hotspot. It's called um, Republic something. Let me see. I got it on my phone because I'm getting ready to
yeah.
switch.
Well, here's the thing about that.
What?
The question is, yes, that's a good deal. But usually, what happens when they start out like that, they
They
have a
change
lot of
it.
bumps in the road. Yeah, because they haven't worked all the kinks out, especially if it's just coming out. And I'm just basing it on my experience for us dealing with cable and
Hmm.
whatnot. Uh, so yeah, because we had a lot of bumps in the road when we switched from analog to digital, and
Hmm.
it took a long time for that to go
Well, they're
all
gonna
the
be
way.
using the same towers, though. They're gonna be using the same towers as Verizon.
Okay.
Same as what's that other big company?
Verizon, AT&T,
T-Mobile. T-Mobile.
T-Mobile.
Yeah, they'll be using the same tower, so it won't be no kinks to work out. But
Okay,
I'm
well, that
I'm getting
sounds like
ready.
a good deal.
I'm getting ready to switch because Xfinity. I gotta call them tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I didn't pay my bill simply because my bill. I switched. They had me for 3 months. They cheated me for 3 months. I have switched online to unlimited, and they didn't even update my record. So I did a chat online with an actual agent that changed me uh, back to the cheap unlimited plan. Uh, um, on that day and claim that it was going to be active that day. Yet I get a bill for this month for by the gig for usage by the gig, which is $85. I'm not
You
paying
know
that.
what?
I'm supposed to pay 45.
Right. You know what? I've been with Boost for 8 years now. I haven't had one problem, and the rate
Mm-hmm.
has stayed the same. I think I'm at
Mm-hmm.
$35.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
they're real reliable. Like I said, I've been with them for 8 years,
But
and
do they have a
I,
hotspot?
huh?
Do they have a hotspot?
I don't know. You will probably have to check
I
that out and see.
use it. All you gotta do is look on your phone and see.
Okay, well, I was in the other
You'll let
room,
me
but I'll
know.
definitely let you know.
Mm.
Yeah,
But I think I'm gonna try this Republic though,
yeah.
since
I
it
mean,
since it's
yeah,
with
it's
since
the
it's
way
with
the Lord.
this, because see, and then the other thing about it too is this have their own big satellite in space. They have
Right.
their own satellite. That's the reason why you can have these small satellites put in your yard, because
Yeah,
my streaming satellite that's in my yard gets the beam from their satellite up in the space.
yeah.
You see what I'm
I've
saying?
worked. Yeah, I've worked on some of those for us. You're right because the cable people and them that could not have, you would have to have either or,
Yep,
and we also would have to run our own line or
yep,
vice versa. So
yeah,
yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
yeah. So I don't think I'm gonna have any problems with the network issues.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Technology
I
is
think,
better anyway today.
yeah, I think they're gonna run it from their own satellite, say,
Hey,
and
it's a
they
great
probably
deal.
they probably don't even have to use towers. But they say they're gonna use the same networks as the big companies.
Well, it sounds
That's
like
what
a
they
good
say.
deal.
Yeah,
$29. Can't beat that with a stick.
yeah, yeah. And of course, when the taxes get on it, it'll
Yeah,
probably end up being 35.
yeah.
Because they got
But
all these extra communication taxes and stuff that they add on there.
right, right.
Well, as sales tax. Did y'all know we pay sales
And they
tax on
have
our phone?
internet too, don't they? Packages.
Dish? No, they don't have internet.
Oh,
My internet, I had to go to AT&T.
okay.
They send you. This customers have AT&T. They send you to AT&T for your internet.
Oh, that's where I've got mine.
Hmm. But yeah, so I'm gonna give it a try. After I have it out, I'm gonna have a row with Xfinity online tomorrow because they're gonna charge me $45 because I got proof in the email that they sent me on the
Right.
day that it was changed. So they're gonna correct it and fix it, and then I'll pay them their $45, and then I'm leaving them. But
All
if they
right.
still want me to pay $85, we gonna have a row because I'm gonna have to talk to the
I
person. I'm gonna have to talk to the person all the way at the top.
know that's right.
You're gonna have to get Mr. Xfinity himself. Get Mr. X on the line. I want to talk to him.
Of course, he's always unavailable.
He gonna be available for the pearls. 'Cause I don't let him tell me that. I said, "Well, you give
Yeah,
me your next in line." They gonna give me somebody other than who I'm talking to, and it always works for me.
yeah.
So that's don't never take no for an answer.
Oh
When you
yeah,
giving
everybody
when
has a
when
boss.
you giving them your money, don't never
Yeah,
take no for an answer.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah. And it goes with the old school. The customers always right too. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
got to keep your customer happy if you want to keep a customer.
Oh, right.
You know,
Yes.
because that's one thing about it. I don't
Mhm.
have to be your customer. I have a
Right.
choice in this. You
Yeah,
know,
they don't have a monopoly on that.
they ain't got no monopoly on that.
No.
So I usually get results because I've had to go to the higher ups on many times on the phone on in a chat. I don't care where it is.
Yeah,
If I'm
everybody
not
got
getting
somebody to answer to.
a satisfactory answer, I'm
Yeah.
going to the top. And I had one agent to hang up in my face one time. This wasn't. I don't know who that was with. I don't even remember. Um, and but it was. I'm trying to think. who was I with? I'm trying to think cell phone service before I went to. Oh, Virgin Mobile. They ended up going out of business. Virgin Mobile ended up going out of business. It was Virgin Mobile I had before Xfinity, and they all have a foreign accent. And I asked to speak to her manager because she was not giving me a satisfactory answer. And she says, um, this supervisor is with another customer. I said, well, I'll hold. So she says, okay, ma'am. She put me on hold and then she disconnected after I had already been on the phone with her for at least 15 minutes. I guess she think was not gonna call back, and I did. I got that matter resolved, and I told the person to answer the phone. I'm tell you right now, don't hang up on me. Talk to
Yeah,
your agent that was supposed to been had me on hold to talk to a man, and they disconnected me, hung up in my face. I don't appreciate it. Now I want to
yeah,
talk to the manager. I got a problem. They always want you to go over the whole story again so they can get an idea of what you're talking about before they call the
yeah,
manager.
yeah. But all they calls are recorded, so they have to go with. Yeah,
Uh,
that's,
yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah. hmm Well, Sybil, what else? What complaints have you got? Oh, talk about entertainment. Let me say this. I've been wanting to say this for several weeks. Have y'all seen that commercial about uh sell your car? I said anycar.com commercial. Where this dude is in a car and he said, man, I had plans today. I
Yeah,
was gonna have brunch. I was
yeah,
gonna bubble bath, pedicure.
I
She's
saw.
supposed to.
yeah. I
Uh,
saw
uh,
that one.
do you see his chapped lips?
Now that I
His
didn't
lips.
pay attention to.
Next time you see it, look at his chapped lips because every time I see that commercial, I say you should have put your chapped lips on your lips. he got he got these big old lips and they chap, y'all. Talking about. And man, I
Yeah,
had
they can't be
plans.
too.
He said this gonna take all day. And I had plans, brunch,
I know that. I didn't
bubble
notice his
bath,
lips.
No, I didn't
pedicure,
either.
pedicure. I look at all that stuff like that, because I'm a movie
I'll look
producer.
at it next time.
Next, you'll see it if unless they listening and they don't show it no more after this show tonight. But
Wow.
I be like, I don't know why you didn't have your chap lips on your list. You should put your chap lips
I'm
on your list
surprised I didn't
first.
notice that. Yeah.
Yeah,
They probably just left it that way. They probably had done so many shoots. They probably just got tired. And-
yeah. It
and-
was a
but
wrap.
look at but his lips. Look at those lips. Oh man, I was like, man, why did they let him go on there like that with them chaplets? I asked the same question several, you know, and I know one thing. I'm probably not the only somebody that noticed it. But his lips just as chapped as they can be. The bottom lip just as chapped as it can be. And I'm like, and he'll smoker to him because he got dark lips and
Yeah,
a chapped. I'm
right.
like, oh my God. I was like, because he be talking when the commercial plays civil. I talk right along with him. He go through his list and at the end I say, and some chapstick.
Yeah. Well, thanks for pointing that out.
All
Well, we're
right.
going to end on that fun note. Tim, your closing remarks.
Woo, another show, a lot of information, a lot of laughs and giggles, and we definitely want to keep that young man's family in prayer because
Yeah.
that is a serious situation. But
Uh,
hey, other than that, wishing everybody love, peace, and happiness, and be safe out there.
all right, Civil.
Well, another great show on the Emily Pro Show. And, I'm a big fan of Tim's. He's icing on the cake.
Well, thank
And of
you.
course, you are the cake, Emily. And thanks for letting me be a along for the ride. So
You're
we
not
just
along for the ride. You're the co-pilot.
Yeah.
well, thank you so very much. And so everyone enjoy their weekend, and then we'll be talking at you Tuesday
Yep.
for the 901 show. And don't forget Emily Pearl's Talk About Angels show. Is that a new time slot now?
Uh-huh. I'm going to change it. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to change the time slot to 4 p.m. So I will be working on changing the updating the Facebook page and change the time there because um our regular loyal fans, Mary, missionaries Mary and missionary Ernestine, missionary Sandra said they like 4 o'clock better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
people
I'm
can go to
I'm
church and get home, have lunch and
yeah,
stuff.
so I'm gonna run it at 4 for a while and see,
Okay. And don't
for a
forget
few.
Thursday, Pearl Politics.
Politics. Yes.
Right. I'm low with politics, man. All right then. So
All right.
I did tell everything that Civil and Tim said, and y'all just be happy, be safe. I love that song that says, "Don't worry, cause every little thing's gonna be all right."
Yeah.
I know
Don't worry, be happy.
we all going through so many things right now that
Yeah.
we just have to force ourselves to be happy.
That's right.
You can't let the hard times steal your joy.
Yeah.
You can't let the devil steal your joy.
You're right.
You because making your joy is your own. Can't nobody make your joyful but you, and you can make your own joy. Because you accept things that you cannot change, and as long as you accept things that you cannot change, you can be joyful. You can be joyful, and always consider your faith. Stand strong in your faith. Your finances might not be right, but don't worry about it. Don't go out and rob nobody. Don't go out and break in nobody's house and stuff like that. Because if you ask God for it, He will give it to you. I know this for a fact. Just ask Him. He said, "Whatever you want, ask and you shall receive."
Yeah.
I prayed my weight off. I asked for it. I had to even pray last week to tell him to stop. Because I'm
Yeah.
down to 104 pounds.
Yeah.
And I want to lose no more. My doctor said, no, don't lose no more.
Nah, don't lose
I
no
told
more.
her, I said, okay, well, I'm going to go and send up a prayer and tell God, okay, I forgot to tell you when to stop.
Yeah, you cut it off now.
You gave me what I asked for, you know. So, I'm going through financial issues myself, but I know God's going to work it out because that's just our faith. And I tell him what I need. And a lot of people say, well, you don't have to tell God what you need because he already know. I don't say that he don't already know. I just like to talk to him. Okay, that's just the way I am. I just like
Yeah.
because when you speak it to him, I like just like I say you speak things into existence. I feel like if I speak it to him, then I know he got it. I know he got it. I don't want to go by no superstitions about what people say, because people don't know God. They don't know how he work. We don't know how he work because we never seen it face to face. Amen. So I just talked to him, and I talked to his son. I talked to my alien friends. I talked to my mother. I talked to my grandfather. I let them all know what I need. So some between all of them, somebody gonna get the message. Everybody say, "Well, that sound nutty." Yeah, I do have some alien friends. Remember, I did see a spaceship. So they didn't bother me, as far as I know. Me and my stepsister. So I must have some alien friends. By the way, news date: Congress. Somebody. Let's see. They got a they got a committee that's pressing Congress to release the UFO files, y'all. And they don't want to do it, but this committee, it's a special committee that's been assigned, but they're not gonna give up. They say that they know that is out there. They released some recent files, a few files. I mean, one or two like that. So the showing that it's something unidentified flying around our world. But this committee says whatever it is out there flying around, they say we need to know what it is because it's a security risk to our nation. And that's what they telling the Congress that don't want to release it. Now, see, when President Trump was in, Trump was getting ready to release those UFO files. He was gonna make all of them available to the public. So, and that's another reason why they really don't want Leo the Lion back in there. You know, but whoever you talk to in spirit, whatever God you believe in, let them handle your problems. Let he, she, it, whatever. Let it handle your problems. And if when you take your problems to the altar, leave them there. Don't try to butt in their business because if you trust and have faith that God is going to solve the problem for you, then you have to let Him work it out when He want to work it out. Because one thing I can tell you for sure, He don't ever come when you want it. He don't ever do it when you want it.
It's
But
always in time.
and always is right on time. And with that, to all of our audience, all of our Lord's fans, Ernestine, Mary, and everybody else that's watching, my faithful crew, hard working, heartbeat of the South, and my heartbeat Tim, and the hosts, co-hosts of the Moses, and hostess of the Moses, actually. Some of me personally, thank y'all so much for staying with me on this journey, because we are going down in history, and I'm so happy that my son has come on so that my shows can continue on after I'm gone now. You know, I only got this one child,
Yep.
and I'm so happy that I'm blessed. I'm getting choked up, but I had really secretly been talking to God about my son taking over my shows. I was like, Lord, I don't have nobody take care of my shows. I said, no, I'll tell him. uh, he don't care nothing about this kind of stuff. And one day I got my answer back. The Spirit spoke to me and say, "You don't know. Ask him." It was
Yeah.
like, "Have you asked them?" I was like,
Yeah.
"No." And the Spirit say, "Well, ask him."
Yeah.
That's when I tell
Yeah.
you, when you have faith in God, Jesus Christ, our Lord Savior, whoever, whatever you call them, just talk, ask for it, have conversation. They can hear you, and it comes from the heart. When it comes from the heart, it's heard. That's just like when somebody sing a song. As a musician in church, when I was a musician, I've heard it. I don't heard so many different people sing so many different solos. I've heard good singers with good voices sing, and I've heard good good singers with good voices sing on time, on the beat. But I've also heard bad singers with bad voices or fairly bad voices not stay on time and sing. And believe it or not, there was some of those people that had bad voices that was even offbeat that touched my heart when they was singing more so than the person that really had a dynamic voice and that could sing really good and that could sing on and keep the beat on time because that person was singing from their heart. And I've always heard and believed this: what comes from the heart reaches the heart. And I can give that's I use that as an example of a true story of my life as a musician. I've had a lot of bad singers that was off tune, off key, whatever, but they were singing from their heart, and it was reaching my heart. So everything that shines is not gold. Amen.
Amen.
Everything that shines is not gold, and everything that's good is not good for you. And so, to all of my pearls in the listening audience tonight, a pearl is defined as a precious thing. It is the finest example of something special. So, it doesn't matter whether you are rich or poor, you, my pearls, are a precious thing. You are the finest example of someone special. And as we say around here in the Emily Pearl Studio, listen, don't hate them, congratulate them. And if you deem it and mean it, I promise you, my pearls, everything good that you do with what team?
Come back
Come
to
back to
you.
you.
It surely will. That's our time. If I have a great and marvelous night, bye.
Bye. Sweet dreams.
Opinions expressed on this program is not necessarily those of the Emily Pearl Show, its sister stations, its affiliates, or its sponsors, but it is those of the individuals themselves who express it. While the Emily Pearl Show does take stances on individual issues, the show itself remains an entertainment platform. Free thought is a philosophy, and not a policy.